I see the way you look at me. You got questions. Where have you been? Why haven't you posted in a while? Why is my dick so small? Why is my dick so big? Why do my areolas look like that? I will answer some of your questions, not all, because we're on a semi-family friendly YouTube channel here. Let's address the elephant in the room. I haven't posted in 10 days.
Oh, great heavens!
And I'm here to talk about what 10 days of not posting anything does to a YouTuber who has claimed consistency. I'm not going to take up too much of your time because I really just wanted to clear the air as to where I have been. And I feel like it's only fair that I let you guys know why it's been so long since I've posted a video. As I'm sure a lot of you have noticed and a lot of you know, I do try to stay pretty consistent with my upload schedule. If I'm not doing every other day, it's at least 3 days in between videos just so I can get the video recorded, edited, and then if I need an additional day to edit since I do work a full-time job, it's a lot. But never have I gone longer than 5 days, 5 or 6 days without posting a video since claiming consistency. There was that weird break in between 2018, 2019, and 2021 when I rebranded my channel where I had taken like 2 or 3 years of not posting, but this is just because I didn't have the proper equipment. Since being on my game, it's been a consistent thing. I was in the middle of editing the true ending of Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic when my computer got an update prompt. It's an update prompt, so I didn't think much of it. I was like, why not? Sure, this is probably why my computer has been a little slow lately. I just need to update it. So I hit update now instead of update later or, cancel. Once my computer finished updating, booted back up, I go back into Premiere Pro to continue editing, and then the computer turns off, restarts, boots back up, and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. Let's go back into Premiere. Oh, it's restarting again. Weird. It keeps restarting, booting back up, and then every time I would try going back into any application on my computer, it would just restart and boot back up. So I let it restart, boot back up, and I didn't touch it, and I thought that it would just do its own thing. It didn't. It kept restarting. I wouldn't touch a damn thing on my desk. I stood way back here. Nothing worked. Eventually, the computer kept restarting to the point where it went into recovery mode. And in recovery mode, it gives you options to either exit back to Windows 11, shut your computer down, or troubleshoot. After being put in recovery mode, I just decided to exit back to Windows 11. And then the issue persisted. So then when it came back into recovery mode, I went into troubleshooting. And it gives you like 6 different options. And I can't remember what all the options are. But one of the options was to remove quality features or remove... Hang on, because I got to look this up now. He gave me the option to remove quality updates or feature updates. And so I Googled it. I was like, I don't want to remove something if I don't know what it does. I Googled, and this was my first mistake, was that I Googled, which should I remove, quality or feature updates? And Google, this is again another mistake that I made, but trusting the AI overview, it said that the quality update was the one that I should have removed. And so that's what I did. I removed the quality update, and then my computer boots back up. It's gray screens. My monitors are just gray. My computer is still on. My keyboard, my mouse, my mic, everything is still connected. But my monitors are just gray screens. I'm freaking out because I think I just killed my computer. I'm like scrambling the internet trying to find a solution. And the computer keeps going into recovery mode, and I'm trying a bunch of different options. And there's one option that has you keep files, but restart Windows 11 or remove all files and restart Windows 11. I didn't want to touch either of those because I didn't know which ones. And I have 2 friends that I reached out to in this whole debacle. Shouts out to Terror. You may have seen him in some of my Gaming with Friends videos. Shouts out to my boy Alex. I have mentioned him several times. He's my tech guru, my future manager. Both of these guys, very helpful. I let it rest for the night because I thought maybe if I wake up in the morning, it'll all be a dream, So I wake up the next day. I go to work, I come home, my computer is still having an aneurysm, it's still having a stroke, it's still on life support. I reached it out to Terror first. Terror's doing his research, he's looking stuff up, we're on Discord, and he's telling me these things to do. We're booting into the BIOS, we're doing all this stuff on the computer's like motherboard and everything, and nothing. Screens are still gray, computer is still working, but the screens are still gray. So then the next day, I talked to Alex. And Alex is doing even deeper research. He's going to Reddit. He's looking up Windows frequently asked questions and like troubleshooting. We found out that whatever I removed, whatever the quality update was that I removed, was so crucial to Windows 11 that my computer just no longer booted into anything. It was so crucial that when my computer tried to boot back up Windows 11, it just wasn't there. So we're going over all these possible things that could have been wrong. We're going over all these possible solutions. And he finally finds this video that basically allows me to get Windows 11 onto a flash drive so that I can then force my computer to uninstall everything. At this point, there is a backup file on my computer from March of this year. It is August 2nd, which means that every video, every thumbnail, every music, sound effect, image file that I have ever downloaded since that last backup file in March just no longer exists. I had to reinstall all of my apps like Steam, Discord, Streamlabs, OBS, all that stuff. It was a whole debacle. And at this point, it's like, okay, after 3 days since my last video, I wasn't too stressed about it, but I knew that with my computer being down, I had no idea how long it was going to be before I'd be able to post another video. It killed me to think about the idea of not being able to record anything for as long as I had been. It killed me to think that I was letting you guys down. And I wanted to record a video. I wanted to like record on my phone, just basically talking about where I'd been. But I didn't think that that quality would have been good enough to explain, a good enough explanation as to like why I've been gone. And you know, for a lot of YouTubers, 10 days isn't that bad. It's whatever for some people. But for me trying to make that grind, trying to make that climb up the mountain of YouTube, that's horrible. I mentally was going insane. I couldn't stop thinking about YouTube and like what I should be doing instead of what I am doing. And maybe it was a sign from the universe that I just needed to take some time to relax. And you know, unfortunately, there was a funeral that I had to attend for family. And so I had to basically shut my brain off of YouTube mode. I had to stop thinking about YouTube for a second and think about my family and be there for my family. So it was kind of a little bit of a vacation that I didn't want to take, but kind of had to take for my mental health, I guess, but also for the sake of my family. But at the same time, it wasn't really a vacation because I was constantly thinking about getting back to YouTube and getting back to recording and streaming. And whew, I'm just glad that we're here. I'm just glad that this video can be made and that I can explain to you guys why I've been gone. Unfortunately, the rest of my peak footage that I had recorded with my friends, there's only one video of peak now, and there probably will only ever be one video of peak, even though if you watch that video, at the end of it, it says to be continued, because I did plan on making more peak content, but the gameplay footage for both peak and Secret of the Mimic were still on my computer when I had to wipe all the files. God damn! So if that doesn't make any sense to you, basically to simplify it, gameplay gone. No more peak videos unless I go to record another one. Secret of the Mimic, I'm actually really pressed about that one because I had an authentic reaction playing through the true ending, and I was going to live stream the secret ending. I'd said all this in that video. I was going to live stream the secret ending because we had played the true ending, and that took about like an hour and a half to do, which I didn't think it was going to take that long. And then I was thinking like the whole time, I was like, oh, you know, it's totally fine. I still have the face cam footage on my camera. I don't know what I was thinking, but the Secret of the Mimic true ending footage is now gone. But once you beat the game in its true ending, it doesn't give you an option to load back into the game. It just says New Game Plus, which then gives you the option to start the secret ending. I don't know if once you get into New Game Plus, you can just run parachute.exe to get to the true ending, which if that's the case, then I'll probably just record that and, you know, explain that it's not my authentic reaction because I've played these games before. That's what's been going on. It's been a whole hassle. I have been dealing with a lot of personal stuff, a lot of family stuff. My computer, thankfully, is back up and running again, so videos are going to start back up. Streaming is going to start back up again. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Just wanted to give you a bit of an update. I missed out on 3 scary games again, so I'm going to have to do 2 in August to make up for July. None of that stuff you guys really need to worry about. You just need to sit back, look pretty, and enjoy the content. Use it as background ambiance. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you're new, subscribe. Make me feel better about the 10 days of not posting and stressing about a computer situation that was it all could have been avoided if I just hadn't touched things that I wasn't familiar with. If I hadn't deleted those files, this would be a completely different story right now. But maybe not. I don't know. Maybe this was a good thing. If you want to see my most recent video, I'll have that linked somewhere around here, and then I'll have YouTube recommend whatever you watch next. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go to bed, get some rest. I'm probably gonna spend all night editing this video if I'm being honest. Stay safe out there. Take it easy. And Big Body out.